What I would like to talk about tonight is the VIP experience. The VIP experience consists of three principles: vision, intentionality, and perseverance. And with these three principles, they make your life whole, and they put the expectation of the future to the present, that you're able to live your best life. So the VIP lifestyle starts with vision. Let me start with my definition of vision. Just close your eyes and imagine a lifestyle that it just doesn't exist yet. Your vision can take you there. I believe God gave everybody vision. And that vision that he gave you is a trailer to your life. So all you have to do is chase it continuously with effort. A lot of people don't manifest their vision because they quit on it, or because they get distracted, or they don't know how to do it. But if you get the clarity, right? It's about getting some clarity. Once you have clarity, you can see what you need to do. You can put yourself in a position, right? That's what the clarity does. Clarity gives you a strategy. It gives you a philosophy. It puts you in position to chase your dream. Listen to me. You have to focus on your vision. You have to convince yourself that you are meant for that vision. And when you convince yourself, then you're ready to follow some steps. I just want to share some stuff with you that vision did for me, right? Vision disciplined. It disciplined my direction and where I wanted to go, right? Vision will choose your friends. Everybody that I used to hang with just a couple of years ago, one side focused on personal development. I decided I wanted to write a book. I decided I wanted to do different things in my life, and I wanted to be doing half. A lot of my friends just dropped right from around me, and I couldn't even explain it. It was almost like I was a rocket being blasted off, and my friends that were with me, the rocket started falling off, and they couldn't come with me any further. It's because they weren't in the vision that I had. Your vision will choose your future. I have a vision to be a motivational speaker, so I'm doing motivational speaking things. I'm doing keynote things. I'm putting myself in a position. I'm around people that's doing what I'm doing. I'm around people that's living a lifestyle that they want to live. Your vision puts you in these places. Your vision will even choose your partner. Your vision will tell you, hey, that person's not for me. I'm not going to choose that person. Your vision will choose the books you read. I picked out a book last year. It was called The 12 Universal Laws of Success. This book changed my life. That book is the reason why I'm sitting here right now. Your vision will choose the food you eat. Your vision will tell you, hey, that cake is going to taste good on my lips, but it ain't going to be no good for my hips. Your vision will show you your image. Your vision will keep you from being distracted. It'll keep you from being discouraged. Your vision will constantly pull you through. So what I want you guys to do is see in your vision what you want, decide what you want to do, how you're going to achieve it, and then guess what? Habakkuk 2:2 tells you to write the vision and make it plain. It is so important to write the vision down. People try to keep the vision here. And when you keep your vision here, it doesn't manifest itself. Another one of my favorite scriptures is 29:18, where there's no vision, the people perish. The people don't have any discipline. It doesn't mean they die. It just means that they don't achieve or obtain the things that they want to obtain. I just want to tell you a quick story about vision, right? How powerful vision. My life had fell apart in 2017, and a situation and circumstances came, and I ended up moving 200 miles away from my family, my loved ones, my son. And doing this, I envision having another home for me and my son. And how powerful vision is. It's vision drew that picture of that home in my mind. I mean, I saw the porch that I was sitting on in front of the house. Was waving to the cars and the neighbors going by. I was watching the kids go by. I saw the two bedrooms, my room and my son's room. I saw our kitchen with the island and us making breakfast. I saw the deck in the back, and I saw me barbecuing it and hanging out on the deck, listening to music and just having a good time. Let me tell you, through that vision, it came to reality, and I'm living in the home that I was talking about. The next step that you have to do to live the VIP lifestyle is you have to be intentional. Intentionality is important. And John Maxwell said, "Do today what you want to become tomorrow." So what that means is you have to start being. And when you start being, you don't wait till the situation presents itself to be what you want to be. You start doing it now. You start living it now. You declare it. And the power of being, right, is I can't put words on it. It's extremely important. It's valuable. You have to have it. If you don't see yourself doing it, if you don't be the person that you want to become, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen for you. The fulfillment of being intentional is why we chase our vision. The beauty of living a life that we want to live is why we chase our vision, right? So now I want to go into intentionality, and I just want to let you know when you're intentional, when you're living intentional, now you're living purposeful. Now you are creating a life you want to live. Les Brown said it best. If you set goals and go after them with all your determination you can muster, your gifts will make room for you. So this is the part people don't like, the goal setting part, right? But you got to set goals. I'm not going to say you have to. People can achieve what they want to without setting goals, but goals is a major part. Goals help you. Can I tell you all the secret? I did a vision board in 2019, and it was from 2019 to 2022. I have 13 items on this. 10 of them I attained. I'm living in a house. The Jag is in the driveway. I passed my test to be a licensed social worker. I'm in that job right now. Me and my wife, Karen, traveled all around the world. Travel was on there. Being a better father, I'm doing that. Starting the business. I started the business. Write the book. I wrote the book. The power of manifestation is incredible, but you got to have goals. And this is what I want to show you too. The vision board I made for 2023 to 2026, the goals on here are so big, they're scaring me. Oh my God, I don't know. I'm like, how am I going to do that? But I'm going to make it happen. I did a little research on goal setting because, like I said, people don't really like to set goals. Goals make them accountable. They negotiate with themselves about goals. They're not sure if they could do it or not. They're not sure if they have what it takes. So they're kind of scared. So I did some research on it, and it's a guy named Locke and Latham. They have a theory called the goal setting theory. And their point was you have to be motivated to obtain your goals. And you have to have 4 principles: clarity, challenge, commitment, and feedback. Again, you have to be crystal clear. The second one is important: challenge. The goal has to be challenging. It has to stretch you. You have to grow from it. It can't be too easy. The goal has to be in your sweet spot. It has to be in a spot where it's going to make you grow and make you learn something, but it's not going to just be easy and you could just you could just graze over with a minimum of concern. You got to be committed to the goal, right? You got to be committed to it. You got to throw your whole self at it. You can't be just committed on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You got to be committed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can't be in your feelings. You got to make this thing happen. You got to go for it full force. And the fourth one was feedback. Feedback is feedback is important, right? If you're saving for a house, it's good to look in the stash and say, hey, I had 1,000, now I have 5,000. If you have weight goals and you put on your pants and your pants is too big, you're like, wow, I'm doing what I said I was gonna do. I'm eating right and I'm exercising and it's working out for me. Look at that. I gotta make a new hole in my belt. It's a beautiful thing. So you gotta give yourself positive feedback because feedback gives you the enthusiasm to keep going. Um, the part I'm trying to get to is SMART goals, right? SMART goals really help you set a standard for your goals. Once you decided to get intentional, to design your future, to live a purposeful lifestyle, now you have to put it down on paper. There's no way around it. You can't tell you no successful person that don't have goals, that don't write their goals down. So let's look at SMART. SMART's an acronym. The S stands for specific. You have to know exactly what you want. You can't hit a target you can't see. So you have to get that clarity in that, and you have to be specific about what you're trying to get. The M stands for measurable. You have to be able to measure the progress of your goal. You have to see if you're getting closer, or do you need to revisit the goal. The R stands for, I'm sorry, the A stands for attainable. That's in that sweet spot again. Can I do it? Is it in me? Can I get the information that I need for the goal? Can I learn what I need to learn? And can I become what I need to become? The R stands for realistic. And realistic is, do I have the resources? Do I have the money to do it? Do I have the time to do it? Is my family supporting me? How am I going to make this happen? A lot of people fall short because they look at, I don't have the resources. And guess what? It's not about the resources. It's about, can you be resourceful? Can you make it happen? Can you make a way out of no way? Can you figure it out? Can you see, can you see can you see the plan when nobody else sees it? Can you get resources that nobody else sees? People like to do this. People like to say, it's not the right time. The stars didn't line up right for me. I don't think I could do it. And that's not the right attitude. You got to be resourceful and you got to make it happen. Guess what? Nobody's going to make it happen for you. Nobody's coming to save you. And the T is for time. You have to have time measurements involved. You got to know, is this goal taking too long? Do I have to revisit it again? What do I have to do? So that's SMART. SMART. The last piece that I have, so you can live the VIP lifestyle. And the VIP lifestyle is an excellent lifestyle because it helps you be the best you can be. It helps you live the lifestyle that you always wanted to be. And the last one is perseverance. Oh man, perseverance. Let's look at perseverance real quick. Nothing worthwhile is easy. No successful person has avoided failure. You have to learn from your mistakes and don't quit. That's the key. That's the key to it, right? So can I tell you something? I have 2 master's degrees now, but it took me 16 years to get my bachelor's degree. I graduated in 1983 and I got my bachelor's degree in 1999. I went to school in 1983. I failed out of school. Raise your hand if you went to college before. Great. My grade point average didn't even have a number in front of it. When they kicked me out of school, it was 0.79. I went home. I fell victim to the block. I was hanging out. I was partying, and I thought that's what I wanted to do. And then I said, "Hey, man, let's get ourselves together and go back to school." I went back to school. School was still hard. I still couldn't do it. I couldn't focus. They kicked me out again. I went back to the block. Uh, Girls, hip hop, addiction, laid me out of position again. So now I'm stuck on the block. I'm like, yo, in my mind, I'm like, I wanna do better. I wanna be better, but I don't know how. I write a letter. Can I come back to school? They say, hey, you can come back to school. Did you learn any lessons when you was out in the street? I said, yeah, I learned. I said I learned some lessons. I know I had some challenges. I overcame some barriers. Can I get a shot to come back to school? And when I went back to school this time, I was able to focus. I was able to do what I needed to do. I was able to say, hey, Herman's not the brightest guy here. Herman needs to learn how to follow instruction. So long story short, I became teachable and I obtained a bachelor's degree. Then I went back to school. And I got a master's degree. Then I got another master's degree. So now I'm walking around with 2 master's degrees, living life beyond my wildest dreams. And the last story I want to tell you about perseverance is, in order to be a licensed social worker, you have to pass the license exam. And perseverance helped pull me through, right? Perseverance pulls you to your vision. So I took my license exam the first time to be a social worker, and I failed. The second time, I said, I'm going to study. This test ain't no joke. It's 4 hours. It's 500 questions. You need to study. You need to answer the questions appropriately. It's more than one right answer. You have to pick the correct one. So I studied. I bought the tapes. I bought the books. I studied out. I allotted hours of study time, and I took the test and I failed. So now I'm giving up. I'm like, oh man, this social work test is too hard. So I'm at work, and a social work intern that I have more social work experience in my little pinky took his social work exam when he finished his internship and he passed. And the boss sent out an email stating, congratulations, let's congratulate Greg for obtaining his social work degree. And something hit my gut. It was something called disgust. I said, you are gonna pass this test and you're gonna pass it this time. I pulled my wallet out. I called the ASWB. I scheduled an exam. I went home. I started studying because before I thought I put enough effort in, but I didn't put enough effort in. When you want something and you don't have the drive to get it, you're not gonna have it. But when you put 5 times the effort, 10 times the effort, then you're gonna get it. I studied 3 hours in the morning. I went to work. I came home. I studied 3 more hours. I took a nap. I woke up. I studied 3 more hours. I didn't watch the Knicks. All I did was study, read, listen to tapes, practice practice exams. I ate, slept, dreamt, and thought about passing this test. And all the grace and the glory go to God, and He allowed me to pass after 3 times. So perseverance is something that you have to get what you want. You have to have it. You are not going to be able to move through life if you fall down and you don't get back up. If you fall down and I come back and you laying there 2 weeks later, that's not trying. That's not perseverance. That's feeling sorry for yourself. Your job is to fall down, and as long as you're looking up, you got the power to get up. You got the strength to get up. The Lord gave you the strength to get up. You get up and you chase your goals. You chase your dreams with all you got. Oh man, So I'm just taking a deep breath for a second. The VIP lifestyle is a lifestyle that you can obtain, but you have to be willing to put the three principles together. I'm sure you're working with one of them or two of them, and some people are working with all three of them. But when you put these three principles together, you're going to live the life that you always wanted. You're going to live the life you dreamed about. You're going to live the life that you thought wasn't attainable. But you got to ask yourself, how bad do I want it? Am I willing to follow my vision? Am I going to live intentionally? Or am I going to persevere? This is Herman. This is the Vision Guy. I had a great time chatting with you guys. Vision without limits. It's not a dream. It's a decision. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for being here. Thank you again, Jimmy. Thank you, every Black family. This was truly and gratefully an honor and my privilege. Thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you, Mr. Taylor. I love your enthusiasm, and there's so many lessons in what you shared with us tonight. I don't even know where to start. Um, and I just for those that may not know, I really didn't know Mr. Taylor until maybe like a month ago, and he was on one of the meetings, and he was enthusiastic about the way he was answering questions, and he put it out there that he wanted to be a motivational speaker. And so, he's saying like you got to think it, you got to read it, you got to say it. And when I heard that, I thought, okay, well, would you like to speak on December 18th? And he accepted the invitation, and here he is. And I'm glad he did. So does anyone have any questions or comments for Mr. Taylor, for Herman Taylor? Dr. Joy, I see your hand raised.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Taylor. This is Joy. I'm from St. Louis.
Hi,
And
Dr. Joy.
hello. I remember you, and I remember the time when Jimmy actually invited you. So yeah, you were being a motivational speaker, even though you weren't the person assigned to speak that night. but I just want to thank you because I feel like um sometimes people will look at us on the surface and say, oh, that person is successful because of XYZ, and like my mind, like I'm one of the most failing is persons I know. Like everything's always going wrong somewhere, right? Or I'm always trying to get something that doesn't work out. And I just want to thank you for being open and transparent and sharing your failure strategy or experience with failure, because I actually read an article where one science professor was saying how they believed teaching young adults about failure and how to learn from failure was actually a strength. Like she was saying that she was a scientist. She was saying expecting science to go well, that's just not realistic. But she said she was teaching her students how to learn from failed experiences. And she said that her outcomes in terms of what her students learned and how they prospered after her class because they were learning from failure was awesome. So she was advocating for exactly what you did. Like leaders such as yourself sharing their experiences with failure so that we can learn from that. So I just want to thank you for that, sir, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joy. And Antonio, you had a question or comment?
Yeah. I just wanted to say that they did a great job, and I think that it, that that you are a go-getter,
Thank you,
He
Antonio.
sure is. Thank you, Antonio.
Yeah.
Laju?
Yes,
Laju?
sorry. Thank you. And thanks so much for the presentation. Yes, I'm here.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I'm very grateful for your information. And I had a question about because I know that now because it's in the chat, and I thank someone for posting it about the SMART, the acronym, and what each one stands for. But I wanted to ask about the one that you had also you discussed. I think you mentioned clarity, challenge, and feedback in that one. What was that one supposed to represent, and what would be the full spell out of what each one was for that just part of this presentation,
Okay,
please?
that was two researchers. One
Mhm.
name is Locke, the other one name is Latham, and they developed something called the goal setting theory. And their
Mhm.
four principles was clarity, challenge,
Mhm.
commitment,
Mhm.
and feedback.
Okay, I missed the commitment one, but I heard how you spelt it out. And was challenge, just to clarify, also that's where you were discussing having a sweet spot.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's when when you pick your goal, you don't pick goals that's gonna defeat you. You don't want to have, like I showed my vision board, you don't want to have stuff on there that you can't attain nothing. And every time you look at it, you're like, oh, I'm a failure. So you have to pick goals that are hard, but they're attainable too, because you want to grow and stretch. You want to be a different person as a result of trying to achieve these goals.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much for that clarification, and I really am grateful. All right, have a. All
You're
right,
welcome.
that's
Okay. Belial? Thank you, Laju. Belial?
Yes, sir. Mr. Harmon, I want to let you know that you really motivated me because I've, I dropped out of college 3 times. So you gave me the motivation to maybe go back for the 4th time.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yes, thank you.
16 years, Mr. Bilal.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I once went to law school and it just didn't work out, y'all.
Well, I was gonna say, Belial too. When you get that degree, we want to know about it.
Okay, then.
All right. Yeah, we want to
Yes,
bring you
sir.
back. We want you to know about it. We want to know about it. Felicia Darden.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Taylor, I really enjoyed what you shared tonight. I'm Felicia Durden. I'm from Tempe, Arizona.
How are
And
you?
I'm great. I'm great. Blessed by what you had to share, but something you spoke about really resonated with me. And that was the friends that you lost. Once you begin to change that mindset and had a different point of view, what advice would you give to those of us who are facing that similar challenge in their relationships due to success? Because sometimes it's not just your friends, it could be your husband, your wife,
Yeah.
just aren't on that road with you. I've often even had friends tell me I have, what did they call it? False positivity. I'm like,
Wow.
okay, all right, I'm not going to go down that path, but any advice would really be appreciated.
You know what, Felicia? I am just experiencing this now, and it's mind blowing. Like a year ago, I just changed my focus. Like I have 5 years to retire from the state. And a year ago, I decided I want to be a motivational speaker. I'm walking in God's grace, and I want to use my story to connect with people. And my wife said I'm crazy, but this is what I want to do. So this is what I've been doing. And the people that I used to hang out with, and I feel kind of offended, but I feel all right too, right? Because my life has started changing. Now I'm increasing value. And when you start increasing value, your time is limited anyway. When you get the clarity that I was speaking on and the strategy, like you have to look at what's your important relationships anyway. Everybody's not meant to go with you where you're going. Like when you start going to the next level, everybody's not going with you. Everybody can't go with you. And The simple explanation I can give you is when you start to change, people start to change too. So you just you start pulling away naturally. And it's nothing personal. It's just I'm doing something different now. And I'm not doing what you guys used to do. And where you met me at, I'm not there no more.
Very well spoken. That's good.
I want to
Thank you.
add this too, Mr. Taylor. You may lose some folks that are when you're no longer doing what you were doing, or doing with the old gang.
Right.
But on the flip side, you're going to gain some people because of your new position in life and where you're going. You're going to gain like-minded folks that you don't know about. So, but that's just that's part of it.
Part of it.
You may lose some, but you also will gain those that are in alignment with where you're going.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of hands raised here.
Good job. So you're motivating us, Mr. Taylor. Now I'm calling you Dr.
really
Taylor. I'm
is.
confessing that
You're
over
gonna
here.
make me go back to school and be a doctor.
Go on now.
Well, you heard it here first. Keith Webster. You're muted, Keith.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Now we can, right?
Okay, my bad. Just wow. Dr. Taylor, we're gonna speak that out. This is good.
No.
I've found out that in many cases, the testimony is as powerful as the sermon.
Thank you.
When you just gave your backstory, I think that's what many people also were attracted to. Their attention picked up, and when people, oftentimes people look at the surface and what they see in front of them, and that's how they're making an assessment a lot of times. And so some people will jump towards it, and other people won't. But when people hear the backstory, what you've been through, how you got to where you got to, the transparency and the honesty and sincerity of it, I think this whole room was motivated by all of that. And I just want to encourage you moving forward that your transparency, your sincerity, and your honesty, I think that is going to propel you as a motivational speaker, and you're going to reach people with that testimony.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate those kind words.
And I agree with that. Thank you, Keith Webster. And we got more hands raised here. Dr. Chesa Garvin.
Hi, everyone. Hey. Oh, Mr. Taylor, thank you so much. That's very inspirational. I think you're going to make it as a motivational speaker. Yeah. You said a lot, and I'm a retired clinical psychologist here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So a lot of what you talked about is like right up my alley. And I just want to focus on two things. And one is related to what you and Felicia were just now talking about, that has to do with, what do you do when you move on, from your friends and family members that aren't moving in that same direction. And one of the things that occurs to me, I have 2 master's degrees also and a PhD that I eventually went to get. So I encourage you to go on back and do it. But one of the things that I realized too is that a lot of the people who said that I was too good for them, I thought I was too good for them or something like that, that was their projection onto me.
Yeah.
I just pursued my goals, my dreams, my vision. And what I find is there are some of those folks, some of them will just be either too jealous or just feel left out, don't know how to relate to you anymore.
Yeah.
And they drop by the wayside. Some of those same group of people might be inspired. And then, 5 years from now, you find out, oh, so-and-so went back to school. Didn't even know they wanted to. Or so-and-so is telling me now that they following in my footsteps, even though they poo-pooed me back when.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get that, but that's not your job to create. They have to just kind of watch your journey and see where it takes you, and sometimes they'll be inspired. So for you, Felicia, too, that might be part of what happens, in addition to what Jimmy was saying about you gain the new people in your life who bring value. But one main thing I wanted to comment about, or that I was thinking about, is your comments about vision and persistence. You know, you got to have that vision, and you have to be persistent with it, even in, you know, the face of adversity and failures and all kinds of things. And one of the things that I used to work with my clients on is when you're striving to do something, it's important to build in your breaks. So instead of waiting until you're burnt out and you have no more to give, or you're already failing, you can say, okay, I'm gonna build in a break here. I'm gonna take a week, a month, a quarter off, a semester off, whatever it is that you need that helps you to rejuvenate and recreate that drive so that you can get back into the race. And when you build in your break, you're controlling that energy, you're controlling that process, so that you don't have to feel like you're giving up. You take that break and you come back to it. It's very intentional. It's a planned break. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there as an option for folks, you know, when things get really hard and you don't think you can do it and you're tired and nobody's giving you the right advice, sometimes you can take a break. You get, you know, kind of the creativity starts to flow again, you get rejuvenated, and you can come back to it stronger than ever, but you never give up.
Thank you.
That's great. That's great comments, and I agree with you, Mr. So you may not be aware of people that you're influencing because they're watching you. You know, people are seeing you, and you just never know. You're inspiring people. Some you may know, some you'll never know, but what you're doing is definitely a positive thing. So thank you. We got more hands raised. I tell you, you stirred it up tonight here. Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris.
Open my mic. Wow. Well, let me deal with a question. Sometimes you have to get rid of the wrong people so the right people can come into your space. The wrong people can be blocking the right people from coming into your space. The other thing is, Herman, man, I'm so proud of you. When Herman shares his story, I know March 18th, I was doing a book signing in New York, and Herman was on the front row. He had called me on the 800 number, and I told him I was going to be in New York. And he said, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do this. I'm the vision guy. I don't think had you done a workshop yet then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He was just starting out with his workshops. And now.
No, I didn't. I haven't did a workshop yet at that point. I didn't do anything but listen to you.
So in 1 year, you're doing workshops, you've written a book, you've written a book, and you're heading on to the motivational speaker circuit. So man, I feel like a proud dad, man. Congratulations, Herman. I am super proud of you, brother. You keep on rolling, because the best is truly yet to come.
Yet to come.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything that you've done in my life. Dr. Harris' book is a book that I told you, your vision of pick the books out for you, and pick that book out. And I called them, and it changed my life. Thank you, sir.
12 Universal Laws of Success.
Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah.
Yep. Dr. Joy, this is going to be the last hand. We really want to go to breakout rooms. I tell you, you got the questions coming tonight. Dr. Joy?
Yes, sir. I was hoping Mr. Taylor, if he could put the book he keeps raising up in the chat, that'll be good. And then I was inspired by Dr. Chiza, by what Dr. Chiza also was saying. And one thing that you made me remember, Dr. Chiza, is how
wait. I just wait. Dr. Joy, I'm sorry. Yes, please.
Cheza. It's Cheza.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Is either a short E or it's pronounced almost like a long A, but it's never a long E. Thank you.
Sorry, Cheza.
No worries.
Yeah, good doctor. So I just wanted to share the thing that I thought about was what I learned a long time about mini wins, mini wins. So even if we're going through a lot of failures, to find the miniature wins along the way, along the journey, and just to feel the gratitude and thankfulness for that mini win. And I know that helps me move forward.